Good morning, welcome to Talybont Forest here in the Brecons. The captain and I are going to do a ridge walk today onto Fechan Big, about 7.5 miles. Should be some epic scenery, bit frosty this morning, but today you're going to see some of this, some of that, and hopefully some of the other. Thanks for joining us. So from as high as the car park is onto the first ridge, the maximum elevation we're going to gain today I think is only about 400 metres. So after yesterday's adventure, a little kinder on our knees, and there are lots of lovely views along the ridges. And maybe we'll see cribbing, Van in the distance. Maybe it won't snow today. Fantastic. It's a bite of ice in the air and frost everywhere we look. Glorious. Wind's coming and going, as is the captain, and yours truly. We're just pressing on. We can just see the wind shifting the lower morning cloud forward to the valley. Just as we start to make a turn in the route, we can just see over the edge beyond, just beyond that cairn, just there, just dip below the ridge now. We can just see Van and Corndu in the distance. So there we go. Everything's peachy. Sun's climbing higher in the sky, and we've got awesome views. What do you think, Captain?
That's looking good.
Awesome. Still not the best light available to get a Pulitzer Prize for photography, but it's awesome. Brilliant. So there we go, the edge of the ridge, running pretty much flat all the way around from the edge here, all the way around to Fanny Big. And then you can see Cribbin, I'll mark it on the video, and just beyond it, Pennyvan, and behind it, Corndu. So ridge is moving in all directions. The captain is just going to bang away a couple of photos before we just move on to the summit, what there is of it, and then back down to the valley via the Fechan forest and a series of waterfalls. So at the moment we're getting to the stage where too windy for drones. Any more drone footage than we've already had. You can see the cloud as I just turn you around here, absolutely flying over the top of the ridge there. So the path along the ridge is well defined, clearly visited by a lot of people as we go along to Fanny Big. That's the plan. Like I say, we'll wander along this well-trod route. We'll get ourselves to Fanny Big, 700 odd metres. There'll be a little caption here, how high exactly, because like I say, this isn't our usual stamping ground. We're not that familiar with what's what and where. And I think it's just important to enjoy what there is. So as a ridge walk, this only really comes into its own once you actually reach the edge of the ridge and you get views of Fanny Big, Corndu. I would say, other than coming out from Talybont forest, whoa, still icy, it's just a long slog up a forested hill, which is lovely, but then it is frozen peat bogs all the way like you've seen. So until you get to this part of the walk, when the scenery really starts to pick up, it is a bit of a slog across a wet bog, frozen wet bog. So there we go, Fanny Big from Talybont Forest, a ridge walk, very very windy day. There'll be a caption here telling us exactly how high this place is. It's 770 something. Cribbin behind us, Pennyvan in the distance, and behind it, Corndu. So all that's left now is into the little gap between us and the ridge towards Cribbin, and then back in Fechan forest, and then back to the Talybont car park. Awesome. So there we go, as we leave the ridges and pinnacles of this part of the Brecon beacons behind, what remains ahead, with the captain at full tilt, is a mooch through Fechan forest as it's described on the OS map. So a gentle descent through wooded valleys, and as you can see behind me, we've finally got the sun and the wind and to blow the clouds away, and we can see just the rear of Cribbin here, and we're just going to mooch down into the valley. It looks like an easy descent, a nice contrast this morning. That was a nice short sharp rush to the top of the ridge, wasn't it, Captain? We got that out of the way pretty quick this morning, so there we go. That's your lot. We're about 100 yards back from the car. Hope you've enjoyed the adventure. If you have, click the link in the description, download it, do it yourself. Click like, it does help. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. And there's the car.